Okay, hello everyone and welcome. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Today is Sunday, July 9th, 2017. I am DSP. That's right, Phil here for a crazy ass long stream, folks. I've been planning this stream for a while because, as I've been saying for a while now, I need some time off, and later this week I have some time off planned. I'm going to talk about that right now on the pre-stream because that was very much in jeopardy because of all the stuff going on YouTube, risking my livelihood and DSPGaming maybe getting shut down and all of that. I am going to address that on this pre-stream, so if you were looking for full updates on that situation, you're going to get it. Alright? But the bottom line is, I'm looking to accumulate a ton of video footage so that when I take time off, I have a bunch of videos to upload, and right now I already have some 30-some videos of Dark Souls 2 accumulated already. Plus, I've still got fighting game footage from earlier this week that I never uploaded. So between today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, I'm looking to get a completely ridiculous amount of footage recorded and streamed so that I can upload that over the course of a few days that I'm going to be taking for time off. Alright? Away from streaming and all of that. Okay. Alright, everyone. So, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the deal. Let's talk about everything going on so you know what's happening. Alright, first of all, today, right here, right now, a 6+ hour stream of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. I'm planning on playing till roughly around 6 p.m. Pacific time. Now, if anything goes wrong, obviously, and that doesn't happen, I apologize, but that is the plan right now, is that I'm hoping to do this stream. Alright. I'm hoping that this stream will go well, that my voice will hold out, that, you know, my stamina will hold out. I typically don't usually stream this long, but I've decided to do this today to try to get as much footage as possible. Alright. Plus, let's face it, the longer the stream, the more engagement of the stream, you know, higher potential that people may jump in and participate in various ways. So, we'll see how that goes today, okay? So that's what you can expect today. Later tonight, I will be doing the weekly preview, where I'll explain how this week's going to go down, because yes, this week is going to be not a typical week with me taking time off and all of that, which yes, I am still doing, because I do have positive updates for everyone on this pre-stream, so I'll talk about that in a moment, why, for at least for now, the crisis is temporarily averted. It's not, the crisis is not over, the crisis is just delayed. Let's put it that way, okay? So, yes, folks, lots of updates in that regard I'll talk about in just a second, but, so later tonight I'll do the weekend preview to explain this week, and also, I'm going to be doing patron stuff. I believe I owe at least a couple Q&A videos to patrons for their June pledges. In addition to that, I also need to divvy out perks. I got a lot of patrons who messaged me over this past week on patreon.com. Gave me their personal information so that I can give them their forum upgrades and the like, so they can start voting on that Gotta Go Fast Sonic event that's going to take place in early August, okay? So, folks, all this being said, it's going to be a very busy day for me. 6 hours of streaming, then dinner, then the weekend preview, then patron shit. I'm going to be beat. I'm beat now. I only got about 5 hours of sleep last night. Why did I only get 5 hours of sleep? Because I'm still worried about everything going on with these copyright strikes and everything happening. Even though I did get some positive news yesterday, and I will talk about that momentarily, you know, it's still weighing heavily upon me. The stress is crazy. It's very hard for me to get to sleep. And stay asleep. The other thing is when I fell asleep, I kept waking up. Waking up, go back to sleep. Wake up, go back to sleep. Wake up. I couldn't just, like, relax. And that's not good. That's why I think this upcoming time off is going to be good for me. That I'm going to need it. Because, you know, all this shit is just, it really is, you know, it's weighing on me. Okay? So let's talk, because I know everyone wants updates on these copyright strike situation. Alright? So first of all, as a quick summary, for those of you who maybe haven't been paying attention, DSPGaming is in jeopardy right now. This channel, my mainstay on YouTube for over 7 years, the channel that makes me the at least at this point 40% of my income or more a month, all right? Basically, without DSPGaming, I would not be able to keep doing this daily. You wouldn't have daily live streams and videos, and I'd have to go get another job, all right? It's in jeopardy because of copyright strikes. Now, the first copyright strike was from Atlas in regards to my Persona 5 playthrough, and I have an update on everyone for that, okay? By the way, I'm going to give a lot of shout-outs. Don't worry, I see I owe already like 5 or 6 shout-outs on this pre-stream. I will be doing those by the end of pre-stream, but I want to get the story done first, so you all know what's going on, okay? So, I had this copyright strike from Atlas. I didn't understand it. I contacted Atlas United States Public Relations, and for the past 2 weeks, I've been working with them to get this strike removed from DSPGaming because it doesn't seem legit. I adhered to all of their rules in regards to my Persona 5 playthrough, yet I still got a copyright strike. So, talking with U.S. Public Relations, Atlas is basically saying, yeah, it's a mistake. It's something in the Japan division of Atlas, you know, the parent company. They don't know what they're doing, and they're obviously not giving clear communication because, you know, I obviously did adhere to the guidelines that they laid out, yet they're still striking me. It's obviously a mistake. It's an error, and they're going to do everything they could to get this strike reversed, okay? So in the meantime, you know, business as usual for me. However, I had to basically make my Persona 5 playthrough private because I was nervous. I was like, if these guys don't know what they're doing over in Japan and they're just striking people left and right for no reason, even though they're within, you know, the means of what they're supposed to be doing, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, okay? So I'm not going to risk having this Persona 5 playthrough up and have them striking more and more videos. It seems like they're just out of control and no one can wrangle them in. So that was what was going on with that. And then all of a sudden this week, it was actually Thursday, right? I received 2 copyright strikes against DSPGaming, stating that they were from Rockstar Games, Inc. Now, at first glance, you look at that and you think, oh, that sounds legit. And it was actually for part 1 of all of my Rockstar playthroughs, including Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5, Bully, Scholarship Edition, and my recent Red Dead Redemption playthrough that I just finished last week. So part 1 of all of those playthroughs were copyright stricken and taken down, and I received 2 copyright strikes against DSPGaming. Now, obviously, this completely screwed me over because I already had this illegitimate, you know, accidental copyright strike from Atlas. And when you have 3 copyright strikes against a YouTube channel, basically YouTube says you have 7 days to get one of these removed or your channel's gone. We will delete it. That's not good. A legacy of 43,000 gameplay videos spanned over 7 years. Classic playthroughs that a lot of people grew up with. 7 years. People tell me that they started watching me when they were like 13 and now they're 20, right? That's pretty insane. That could just go away because of ridiculousness here, all right? So, I'm looking at it, I'm like, are these legit or not? Or could these be legit copyright strikes or not? Now, here's the thing, folks. I've had copyright strikes from Rockstar before, but the thing is, Rockstar is owned by a company called Take-Two, and all the legal stuff that's done on behalf of Rockstar is done by Take-Two Interactive. I know this for a fact because in 2009, I got a copyright strike from Take-Two Interactive, and I got it cleared up. So this doesn't make any sense. Why am I getting copyright strikes from Rockstar Games when I know for a fact that it's Take-Two Interactive that deals with their DMCA takedowns? It doesn't seem to make sense. So I did a little bit more, all right? I did a little bit more research. Come to find out, these copyright strikes against DSPGaming were not submitted by any official channel, but were submitted by a Gmail email address. A super generic Gmail email address. Now, here's the thing. YouTube is supposed to verify the identity of anyone who submits a copyright strike. Does that mean they actually do? No. And there's proof of this because recently, ladies and gentlemen, you may not have heard this, but this was big news all amongst the, YouTube gaming news people. They were all talking about this. So there was this composer, a music composer, who made music, and she did it on behalf of a company, and I don't know if she was supposed to receive payment for this music or not. I don't know the legal agreement she had with this company. But anyway, the company owned all rights to the music that this woman created. All right? That music was then used in a freaking video game. It was used in a video game, okay? Well, people did Let's Plays of this video game. Alright? They did Let's Plays of the video game. They uploaded them to YouTube. This woman then, after the fact, decided that she should have made money on this music, whether it was more money than she was contractually obligated to get. For whatever reason, she was disgruntled. She wanted more money. So what did she do? She decided, I'm going to copyright strike anyone who does a Let's Play of this game on YouTube, and basically blackmail the game developer and say, you will never be able to have footage of your game on YouTube for promotion unless you pay me money. Okay? So this composer, or people think it's a dude, I don't know. I don't know the story. I'm just relaying information that's been all over the internet. So apparently this composer, filed false copyright strikes against dozens of YouTube channels. We're not talking, there was one big YouTuber who covered the game. Basically, it was submitted against anyone who played the game on YouTube. And guess what? YouTube granted all of the copyright strikes. They all went through. Okay? Pretty ridiculous, huh? So obviously, YouTube's copyright system, which everyone was under the impression is really good, apparently is not. Because if this person can fool the system into thinking they had rights to the music, which they legally did not, who knows what information was actually provided to prove who they were and that they had rights to the music or not. Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation. So I'm assuming, if Rockstar and or Take-Two actually wanted to take down my videos and give me copyright strikes, they'd probably submit the claim via a Rockstar or Take-Two email address, not a generic Gmail email address, okay? This whole thing is pretty suspect. So, on Thursday, when I got these 2 copyright strikes, I was flipping out, because guess what? When you have 3 copyright strikes against a YouTube channel, you can't even upload a video. Alright? So this was terrible news, because I was like, if I can't even upload a video, now I can't make money. And that means I can't pay my bills, and that means disaster. So immediately I got to work. On Thursday, I wrote 3 different divisions of Rockstar, including their PR department and their copyright department. I wrote Curse, my partner network, and I also wrote... and by the way, this was Friday, not Thursday, excuse me. I got my timeline wrong. This all happened on Friday. My bad. I also wrote, YouTube, okay, to try to figure out what is going on here. The only response I ever received so far, because it is the weekend, you got to keep in mind that most of these companies don't work on the weekend, is from YouTube, and it was a generic response, basically stating, oh, you have 3 strikes against your channel, and if you don't get them fixed, we're going to shut down your channel in 7 days. To which I responded, I already know this because you already sent me the notice. Maybe you should actually read my email before you give me a generic response. The email stated, I suspect that these strikes are wrong. They are someone impersonating Rockstar and not really an employee of Rockstar. And your system sucks. So you need to look into this or else you're going to be legally liable if you shut down my channel without actual legal evidence that I did anything wrong and that the copyright holder actually is legitly striking me. You could be legally liable, so you need to fix this, okay? And that's where I left it. Sadly, in regards to the Rockstar situation, I have no update, okay? Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment, alright? But let's talk about the good news. The good news is, ladies and gentlemen, when all this happened on Friday, I immediately contacted Atlas again, and I said, listen, it's now been 2 weeks that this copyright strike has been lingering over my head. Can you guys fix this for me? Because I need to be able to upload to my channel, and make money. This is ridiculous. Atlas said, all right, listen, we can't promise you immediate action, but we're going to do what we can. Let's check in again. All right? So, I didn't know what was going to happen. I couldn't upload. I couldn't upload on Friday. I was basically playing the living hell out of Dark Souls on stream. to try to see, gee, maybe could I make it as a full-time streamer? If I were just to stream full-time here on Twitch, could I make enough money to keep the business going and, be here every day for you and keep doing this? Or, is the YouTube thing the end-all, be-all of everything? I don't know. So very, trying times, very stressed out and everything. I didn't even know because, I had time off scheduled for this week. I didn't even know, can I take the time off now? I don't know, all right? So, all this going on, yesterday we finally get some good news. Finally, yesterday, Atlas withdrew their copyright strike. Therefore, now DSPGaming only has 2 copyright strikes against it, both from supposedly Rockstar. But it means I could start uploading again. So immediately, last night, I uploaded 20 new Dark Souls 2 videos. If you're not caught up with those, I don't blame you. That's a lot of footage for one sitting. Not much that could be done, but, I wanted to get some videos up there. So yes, 20 new videos went live yesterday. Now, there's good news and bad news here. The good news is, number one, I could continue to upload to YouTube, so you will see continuous uploads to DSP Gaming, business as usual. Every day you're going to see new videos being uploaded to DSP Gaming. All right, that's the good news. The bad news is, I'm not out of the woods here. I'm still very much at risk, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And here's why. Let's say, for example, that these copyright strikes against DSP Gaming for, these Rockstar games are fake. They're illegitimate, they're not real. They're from some guy, some asshole, some troll who decided to overstep his bounds, or even, let's even say, for the sake of it, it was some misguided employee. Let's say it's another Atlas situation, where Rockstar actually didn't mean to do this, and they just got some people working for them who don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're striking channels down or whatever. Who knows, okay? So let's say they're not legitimate. Well, that's okay. That's good. And hopefully they'll get removed then, right? And hopefully this week, tomorrow, Monday, everyone's back at work. They'll start reading my messages and they'll get to work on this. We'll get it all settled. That would be great. The problem here is, what's to stop this from happening over and over and over again? What's to stop the same thing from happening again and again? If it's a troll, what's to stop them from gaming YouTube system to give me false copyright strikes constantly? If it's a misguided Rockstar employee, what's to stop them from doing it over and over? Right? I don't know. See what sucks? I just don't know how can you sleep easy when, if this is illegitimate or bullshit, right? What am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to protect myself moving forward. I just don't get it, okay? So that's number one. Now, let's examine the other side of the coin, all right? On the other side of the coin, what if this is legit? What if Take-Two and Rockstar have a new team that are now striking videos down through Gmail accounts, which makes no sense, but let's say they're doing that, all right? And this is legitimate, okay? Here's the thing. I don't think Rockstar is going to sue me over these videos at all, all right? And as of last night, what I decided to do to prevent this from happening, FYI, to prevent this from happening, I made all of my Rockstar gameplay videos private. So I think last thing I wanted was more of these videos being stricken. So they're all private. Right now you can't watch any of my Rockstar playthroughs. And I apologize for that. I know you guys and gals have loved my Rockstar playthroughs over the years. But there's nothing I can do about it. Right now, until I get a definitive answer, if this is legit or not, I can't have these Rockstar playthroughs be public and have the chance that people can keep striking them. Alright? So right now, they are private. FYI. Okay? So if this is legit, and if these are real legit Rockstar strikes, you would think now that the playthroughs are private that they'd be satisfied, right? That's what they wanted. So what I'm hoping is, if they are legit Rockstar strikes, that this week I could get them cleared up anyway. Even if the Rockstar comes back and says, yes, these are legit, we did it, and I'll say, alright guys, well listen, obviously you don't want me playing your games. I made all my playthroughs private. Moving forward, I won't play your games anymore. So please remove the strikes. Okay? Because I'll tell them outright. Because if you don't remove the strikes, you're basically still committing a crime, because guess what? It's never been hashed out in court if Let's Plays are legal or not. and it's not your decision to decide legally whether or not they are until you go to court. So any copyright claim you placed against me is actually illegitimate and illegal. So unless you'd actually like to go to court, you better remove the strikes, and I just won't play your games anymore. All right? So that's kind of, the way I'm going to approach it. Now, there's obviously bad news here. The bad news here is, if these are legitimate strikes, that means I just can't play Rockstar games ever again. And that means Red Dead Redemption 2 coming up next year, I can't play it. And how shitty is that when you know that everyone's going to want to see it, right? Everyone's going to want to see me play it. I want to play it, and I'm not going to be able to play it. How terrible is that? So I don't know. I don't know, what's going to happen in regards to this. This is bad. Now, here's the other thing, folks, okay? Let's say these copyright strikes don't get cleared up for whatever reason. Now, I can't imagine why, because as I said, the only way that Rockstar could hold these copyright strikes to me is if they decide to sue me. That's the way YouTube's copyright system works, is first there's a claim, then there's a counterclaim. If the original claimant who placed the claim decides that they want those strikes to stick, they have to sue you. So Rockstar would actually have to spend thousands of dollars going to court and suing me for the rights to take down these videos, which I don't think they're going to do. All right, that would be pretty stupid of them. And it would also be unprecedented. No one has ever been sued by a game publisher or game developer to get videos taken off of YouTube. It hasn't happened yet. All right? So, that being said, all right, if these strikes stick, in the unlikely event that they do stick and they're real copyright strikes from Rockstar, I am in Schitt's Creek. I am screwed. And here's why, folks. The reason is, if you have legit copyright strikes against your YouTube channel and they don't get removed, you cannot be partnered with anyone at all. And as you guys and gals know, I'm partnered with Curse. And also, as you know, I recently found out that trying to run ads for yourself with a personal AdSense account instead of being with a partner network is about 50% less profitable. I'm not exaggerating. I tried this in the month of May. While I was playing the new game Prey, I had ads on my videos that were just AdSense, not through a third-party partner network. And I made half as much money that way than when I was with Curse. Okay? Excuse me. That is awful. Alright? That is absolutely awful. That is horrible news. And obviously, there's no way that I could, keep doing this if I'm only making half as much money on YouTube as I am now. Okay? Basically, one of two things would need to happen. Either I need to win the lottery, that's number one, or I need to see a significant increase in income from other sources, namely, it would have to be Twitch. Meaning my daily streams, I would hope that more people would come out. Alright? And, I would basically have to, figure out a way to do this. Which I don't know if I'd be able to. I mean, here's the good news. The good news is I'm seeing tons of growth here on Twitch. Every day I'm getting tons new followers. I'm getting more people to the streams. People are, participating with things such as cheers and subs and tips, and it's all adding up, and it's good. It's growth. I'm seeing positive growth here on Twitch. Ever since I started in March, it's going up and up and up. So that's a good thing. And in time, maybe in a year or two, if I can keep this going, right, then maybe I'll finally have grown enough here on Twitch that it's self-supporting, and I don't have to worry about YouTube at all. YouTube can be an afterthought, right? YouTube could be, gee, if I make any money on YouTube, great. It's icing on the cake. But, we'll see. That would be great. I think that's the ideal situation here. Twitch is my full-time focus, and I just offload the videos to YouTube as an afterthought. Anyone who wants to watch on YouTube can, but I'm only really focusing on Twitch, and I'm making enough on Twitch that this is my job and this is what I care about, and I don't have to worry about YouTube anymore, all right? That's kind of where I want to be, but I'm not there yet, okay? I'm just not there. So I'm just being real with all of you here. I don't know what's going to happen. It's all on the line depending on what happens with these copyright strikes from Rockstar. If they're legit and Rockstar just says, okay, well, we agree to release them if you just don't do playthroughs anymore, fine. I'll leave all my playthroughs private and forget it. I'll just never play a Rockstar game again, and they'll remove the strikes, and we'll go back to business as usual, alright? If they're illegitimate, and they are troll strikes, I hope I can get them removed. The problem then being, though, would be, what is it with YouTube's copyright system that someone was able to pull this off, and what's going to stop them from doing it again? That would be awful news, okay? But the absolute worst case scenario here would be if these copyright strikes for whatever reason stick and don't go away, and I lose my partnership with Curse, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. Alright? So that's the situation I'm in right now. The good news is, at least I can still upload to YouTube. At least I can still make money on YouTube for now. Alright? I got this tickle in my throat that's killing me. So at least that's the news for now. The bad news is, I have no idea what's going to happen with these Rockstar strikes. Everything is very much still in jeopardy, everybody. And I am very nervous. Okay? So, if I get any updates, if I get any information for you, I'll be sure to relay that information to you. Alright? But, I don't know what else I could do at this point, besides just pushing forward positively here on Twitch, and keeping stuff going the way it is, and just hope for the best. Alright? Just gotta hope for the best, I guess. Alright. So, really, folks, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to give you all a full update. That's the situation right now. Alright? So. Alright. What I'm going to do now is give some shout-outs, because a bunch of people already contributed to the stream today. Then I'm going to do a very quick plug segment, and then we're going to go into Dark Souls 2, alright? Alright, here we go. So, first of all, thank you to the following people who already have contributed. Hold on. Let me go down here. Damn, I gotta go all the way down. Holy crap. So, Aaron is Buddha did a 2,400-bit cheer before I had even started streaming. Thank you, Aaron is Buddha. You are awesome. Thank you very much for that. So, obviously, you're the cheerleader for the stream today. Then, Miss Monique did a 1,000-bit cheer right before I started streaming. Thank you, Miss Monique. I appreciate that. Solid Fantasy did a 10-bit cheer. He says, I'm ready for a long day of streaming and great balls of fire. Yeah, if you guys and gals aren't aware, there's a pay-per-view tonight of WWE called Great Balls of Fire. I'm not even going to comment on that. I don't have to. I think you can all judge for yourself how well they did naming that fucking pay-per-view, okay? Shout out to Karen Riley88 who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Karen Riley, for subbing. Thank you to Taguro for a 10-bit cheer. And he says, are you going to be able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 or is Rockstar off the table? Well, as I just explained, I don't know. We won't know until we find out if these copyright strikes from Rockstar are actually legitimate or not. Okay? Shout out to Mr. Papavera, who did a 100-bit cheer. He says, 6-hour stream, good luck. Sorry you didn't get as much sleep, nervous about the news. I wish YouTube would listen to you because you believe the claims are fake. Can you ask for extensions while it's being investigated? Well, the thing is, the DSPGaming is no longer in jeopardy of being shut down anymore, which is good. It's not going to be shut down in 7 days, which is good. But it's still bad, as for all the reasons I already explained. Not going to get into it again. So, there you go. Thank you to Carlos K, who subscribed to the channel. Appreciate that, Carlos K. Thank you to Dooley, who did a 100-bit cheer. And he says, on behalf of Derek, are you going to be watching are you hyped for Great Balls of Fire tonight? Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe is going to be intense. I don't know. Listen. Does everyone want to see Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe dream match? Of course. Is it going to be any good? Well, did you see Brock Lesnar's last few matches against Goldberg and all that? They were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. So, no, I'm not feeling very positive about this match. I think what's going to happen is Joe's going to try to wrestle, and he's not going to be able to because Lesnar's going to gas, and it's going to be a shitty match. It's going to be like 2 minutes, and Lesnar's probably going to retain. So, there you have it. Shout out to Carlos K, who also did a 250-bit cheer and said, fingers crossed, I hope this gets resolved. I'll be here cheering every day until it's resolved. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. Shout out to Ratchafan, who did a $5 tip. Thank you, Ratchafan. He says, I myself am doing my own Scholar of the First Sin playthrough, and I'm going to go Swordmaster. Wish me luck, Phil. I wish you very much luck, Ratchafan. And there's a 10-bit cheer from DSPPR. Okay. And it says, hey, Phil, are you going to continue playing Counter-Strike Go or any similar first-person shooter game like Overwatch? Peace out from the PR Army. I really, at this point, have no desire to play a first-person shooter game. I already explained that if Overwatch had their DLC character released before my time off this week, that I would do it. But I don't think he has released yet. Therefore, I guess there's no plans to do that right now. Also, shout out to DA Apex 1. I guess it's the Apex 1. Who did a 10-bit cheer and said, time for souls. Yes, it is, folks. Time for souls. Ah. For those who are confused, Doomfist has not been released fully into Overwatch yet. So, just so you know, he's not. Alright. Alright, folks, so that's it for the shout-outs. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions. Now let's talk a little bit about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you really enjoy my daily live streams, if you enjoy the on-demand videos on YouTube, and you want to see it all continue, alright, there's many ways that you can help. Now, first of all, the one I need to bring up right now is Patreon. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. I know it's still early in the month, folks. It's only 9 days into July. We're not doing too good with Patreon, alright? I had many people withdraw or lower their pledges over the past several days. These are people who probably pledged in particular just to contribute to the Sonic Gotta Go Fast event in August. I've already announced, I haven't updated my Patreon page yet, and that's my fault. Maybe I'll remember to do that tonight. But July's goal is the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough. But sadly, for the first time ever, okay? For the first time, well, not ever, but for the first time, in a long time, the Patreon pledging, amount has gone below $1,000. It's really low. If you take a look now, it's showing less than, 1,900 something. It's been quite a while since it's been that low. Alright? So, I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it's because a lot of people, let's face it, a lot of people have been very generous over the last couple of days. Both Friday and yesterday, people came out and were doing a lot of stuff here on the streams, right? So, obviously, if someone is coming out and cheering and subbing and tipping, they're probably not prone to then go to Patreon and also, pledge there. So, maybe that's exactly what it was. I'm certainly not complaining about the amount of support I've been getting, because the past 2 days have been overwhelmingly positive, and I want to say thank you, everyone, for your support. The bottom line is, if I can make enough every day here on Twitch to support myself, then I don't have to worry about this YouTube bullshit, okay? And the past couple of days, we've definitely done that, alright? But, that being said, Patreon is pretty low right now. But there's still 3 weeks left, alright? So I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling maybe after my time off, after I come back, I'll start pushing it a little bit more. We'll start getting more into it, and maybe by the end of the month, we'll hit the goal. But FYI, at this point, I believe we're a good $150 or $60 away from hitting the goal. But it's doable. It's still doable, all right? If you pledge to my Patreon, not only do you contribute to the monthly goal, which would be a playthrough that you'll be able to nominate and vote on what game you want to see me play in the fall, but you also get personal perks like text or verbal thank yous in my videos, premium forum access, getting your answers question on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or even getting a private Q&A video made. In fact, tonight, I believe I'm filming 1 or 2 private Q&A videos. So, check it out, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Number 2, another way that you can help me out, Teespring. You've seen the plugs to my Teespring store here on Pre-Stream, the entire Pre-Stream. Lots of fun merch, shirts, hoodies, everything, alright? Good stuff, and anything that you buy there, I get a pretty good, big, sizable commission. So please consider checking that out as well. All right? And then, last but not least, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the most obvious thing if you're here live on stream right now, if you cheer with bits, if you sub to my channel, or if you tip me, you will get a verbal shout out during the course of today's stream. All right? In fact, I owe a couple more because a couple more people cheered, and don't worry, I will give you your shout outs in just a moment. But you can also get an on-screen notification as a recognition for your participation, all right? Or support. I guess you should call it support, right? Recognition of your support. If you cheer 50 bits or more, if you sub to the channel and click the share button, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll get those on-screen notifications for your support, okay? That's how it works, FYI. I want to say thank you very, very much for all of your support the past couple of days. You guys have been amazing coming out to the streams and contributing. Already, we're off to a really good start today, so thank you for that. All right, and now a couple more thank yous, shout outs, and then we'll get started with gameplay. Thank you to DSPPR again, who did another 10-bit cheer. He says, any update on your back problems, or has it gotten better? As I've said many times, my back is much better than it used to be when I lived in Connecticut. I no longer get the shooting pain. I no longer get the numbness in my legs. Every once in a while, if I'm out and about for like a long day out, or if I go grocery shopping and I'm carrying heavy bags or something, yeah, I'll tweak it every once in a while, but typically it doesn't hurt so much. The only thing that sometimes can screw it up is stress. Stress can honestly physically screw up my back, and right now I am stressed, but my back's not feeling too bad, so that's good. Alright, and then Golden Colts to the 25-bit cheer. He says, Phil, you going to play until 6:30 since it's somewhat after 12 now? No. Dude, I have to, eat at some point. I haven't eaten at all today. I woke up. Well, first of all, I barely got any sleep. Like I said, I woke up around 10 in the morning, groggy, trying to wake up. Spent about an hour trying to get, myself moving around. And then, set up the stream for a half hour. Now I'm going to stream. I've already been streaming for an hour, talking for over a half hour. I'm going to do about 5.5 hours of gameplay with 1 or 2 breaks. I can't go longer, dude. I'm only one human. And I already got my throat's all screwed up, I'm going to do my best here. Alright? But at some point, I have to stop so I can eat. And then I got stuff to do tonight. Like I said, the week preview, patron stuff. I still got a shitload of stuff to do after the stream. This stream is not just all encompassing of everything I'm doing, so. Okay. Alright, one final thing, because I see a few people are talking to the stream chat about what happened to Danganronpa. Hey guys, as long as I can upload to YouTube, Danganronpa's fine. And in fact, what I'm going to do in the next couple of days, I didn't talk about it on this pre-stream because I'm doing the weekly preview tonight. I am going to play Danganronpa one session either Monday or Tuesday night. More than likely Tuesday night. So it is coming up. It was only off the table when it looked like I couldn't upload to YouTube anymore. Alright? Now that I can upload to YouTube again, and I'm going to be making money on YouTube again, now I can do Danganronpa again. Alright, fair enough? Fair enough, everybody? Okay, alright. That's it. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's get started with Dark Souls 2. Let's do this shit. Let's have a fun stream today. I don't know how far I'm going to get with five more hours of gameplay at least. I'm probably going to end up killing some of the big 4 bosses, right? And maybe even, I don't know when the DLCs unlock, so we'll see what happens. Alright, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's now begin with Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, super long stream. Here we go.